What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Saturday, August 19th, 2023, and I have an emergency alert to share with you guys. So, Hurricane Hilary is about to make landfall on Southern California, and I want to give you guys an update with the latest on that. We also have some major breaking news that apparently Russia is planning the next wave of mobilization, and the tentative date for that is going to be September 25th to September 30th, and as many as 500,000, that's 500,000 soldiers, will be drafted. Okay, this is not 100% confirmed yet. This is what a lot of Russian Telegram channels are saying. So at the end of next month, there could be another wave of mobilization in Russia, up to 500,000 troops. Okay. We also have breaking news coming from Ukraine. Last night there was, or actually yesterday, there was a Russian missile strike on Chernihiv. Okay. Chernihiv is a city in Ukraine. 5 people were killed and 37 injured. The missile hit like some kind of theater in the center of the city. Okay, a historical theater. Very sad situation. The president of Ukraine, Vladimir Zelensky, said that Ukraine is planning to acquire the Swedish Gripen fighter jets, and that Ukrainian pilots are already in the process of testing them. Okay. About 200 Ukrainians have completed training on M1 Abrams tanks in Germany, and that was confirmed by a representative of the U.S. Army Europe. Sweden and Ukraine have declared their willingness to jointly produce and service the CV-90 infantry fighting vehicle. Russia said that their Air Force shot down 23 Ukrainian drones in one day, and there's rumors that the B-2 bombers that were moved to Iceland are now being moved to the UK at various Royal Air Force bases across the UK. Okay, so this is huge news, guys. Okay, B-2s moved to the UK, and Russia declaring another wave of mobilization possibly next month, 500,000 troops. Things are going to really escalate, guys. Okay, things are continuing to escalate on all fronts, not just in Eastern Europe, but also in the Asia Pacific region. I reported the other day that Russia and China sent a bunch of warships near Okinawa. Okay, there's a U.S. base there in Okinawa. All right, a very provocative move there. And we also have some information about that Crimean bridge attack, the first one, the first big one in October of last year. The head of the Security Service of Ukraine, Vasyl Malyuk, explained how they attacked the bridge. And basically what they did was they put 21 tons of hexane on a truck, and they wrapped the hexane with a lot of packing film, and they used very thick packing film that would prevent the scanners on the bridge from picking up any explosives inside of the truck. Okay, so it looks like it was done by a truck. If you guys remember when that whole thing happened, there was that video footage showing this lone truck. It was like by itself driving down the bridge, and then there was just a big explosion. So that's some of the latest information from around the world, and I want to just quickly update you on the hurricane here. So as you can see, the warning cone is going right over Southern California. They have a tropical storm right over San Diego tomorrow evening, 6 p.m. Sunday, okay? And they have a tropical depression over northern Nevada on Monday morning. That is absolutely crazy, guys. Can you think of the last time there was a tropical depression in Nevada? I mean, that is just absolutely crazy. And there's going to be a lot of flash flooding because these areas are very dry. So the water doesn't drain well. And when there's just a lot of rain at once, there's going to be like just crazy flash flooding in these areas here. So, just be prepared if you live in this part of the country, this part of the world. Be prepared for flash flooding because it looks like it's going to be more of a flooding event than anything else. Now, the National Hurricane Center put out this warning here earlier today, not too long ago. And this is as of 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time or Mountain Daylight Time, Saturday today. And they have in capital letters here, okay, catastrophic and life-threatening flooding likely over Baja California and the southwestern U.S. through Monday. Okay, catastrophic and life-threatening flooding. Okay, and they have that capitalized. So, the National Weather Service is usually uh, on the opposite end of the spectrum when it comes to like being an alarmist. If you have someone who's an alarmist, they're the total opposite. So for them to say that means that it's serious. Okay, right now it has 115 mile per hour sustained winds. Let me just show you guys some of the other systems we have here affecting potentially that are going to affect the U.S. So we have this tropical wave that I've been monitoring the last couple of days. They now have it as a 70% chance of development, and it's right in the central Atlantic here. Okay. Then there's these two waves over here. These are a little bit less. They have like 30 to 40% chance of development. And then there's the one here near Cuba and the Bahamas, has a 50% chance of development. Okay, so this thing could turn into something once it gets into the Gulf. It could explode and rapidly intensify. But this one out here, I'm concerned about. 70% chance of development. We'll see what happens with that. Here's the latest satellite loop of Hurricane Hilary. Okay, you can see that it is weakening. The eye wall is not as defined. You don't have that nice clean eye anymore. But that doesn't matter. There's still going to be a lot of rain and a lot of winds. Okay, so I want to just quickly mention one of our subscribers here, Donald Hout. Some of you guys might see him a lot on my videos. He comments a lot on my videos. And he posted this comment yesterday, and I wanted to just ask you guys to keep him in your prayers. So let me read to you what he said here. He said, my medical doctor gave me bad news. She told me I have hypertensive heart disease with heart failure and stage B ACC/AHA asymptomatic heart failure, Greg. I need all of your prayers. Keep up the great work, and thanks for this YouTube video update. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. I hope you have a wonderful weekend too, Greg. So please keep Donald in your prayers. He always comments on my videos. He seems like a nice guy. This is really sad. When I read this, I really felt sad. So please keep him in your prayers. I'm sure some of you guys have seen him around before. And we also have some breaking news that apparently the Russian armed forces are going to be arriving in Belarus right near the Polish border for large-scale exercises. This is being reported by Pavel Latushka. He's one of the Belarusian opposition activists, okay, in Belarus. And he's saying that there's going to be huge exercises with the Russian army, the Belarus army, and Wagner all together right near the border of Poland, okay, in Brest, okay. And if you remember, this is the area where myself and Lee Wheelbarger, we've been monitoring this part of the world for a long time. Lots of activity there. This is very concerning, very, very concerning, okay. Currently, at 2:49 p.m. Eastern Time, we have a nuclear war command and control plane up in the air in eastern Oklahoma, and it's doing these loops here over one of the looks like Indian reservations, Muskogee Nation, and it's doing loops here. And when they do these types of loops, that means that they're communicating with our nuclear armed submarines. They have a trailing wire antenna that they release out the back of the plane so they can communicate with VLF and send out VLF messages to the submarines. And they have to fly in these loops so that antenna can stay as vertical as possible. But this is interesting, guys. Very, very interesting. The Russian ruble is still not looking good right now. They did raise the interest rates 3.5% this past week, but it didn't really do much. You can see if you were just looking at this graph, you would say, oh, wow, look how the ruble rebounded after they did that. Because here you can see like Tuesday, it was at the lowest point, and then it shot up, through Thursday and Friday. But then if you go back to a month or even a year, and you can still see how low it is. I mean, even that little bump it got from that interest rate increase is that's like a speck of sand on a beach. I mean, it's compared to this where it used to be like last fall to what it is now. That little bump that it got, it's nothing, okay? And it doesn't even look like it's going to last because it started to go back down Friday afternoon. So the Russian ruble is on the verge of collapsing, and that could make Putin desperate. He could do something crazy. He could blame this all on the West and say it's your fault, and decide to launch nukes on Ukraine or do something, catastrophic. So we have to keep an eye on this. Drafting 500,000 troops, if that's true, that's going to be crazy. Okay. We also have some breaking news coming from the Global Times, which is a Chinese state-run news agency. Apparently, they're going to be doing some maritime and aerial combat readiness patrols around Taiwan. Okay, and they posted this on their Twitter account. The PLA Eastern Theater Command organized joint maritime and aerial combat readiness patrols around Taiwan on Saturday. They conducted joint military exercises involving naval and air forces with a focus on ship-aircraft coordination, seizing control, and other objects to test the joint combat capabilities of the theater's troops. This serves as a stern warning against the collusion and provocation of Taiwan independence, separatist forces, and external powers. Okay, so a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to keep you guys updated. Keep Donald in your prayers, please. And that's all I got for now. Check out some of my sponsors. They're in the description below this video. You can get discounts on various types of survival and prepping and firearms supplies. So check out my sponsors. And that's pretty much it. Take care. God bless. And don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.